Hello, my friend. It's Pat Sloan here for our Monday night chat, fireside chat here in my studio. So a few people ask me, what is my video about? What do I do on my videos? And I think of it more like when you would turn in to your TV. Maybe nobody does this anymore. Maybe we all watch videos instead on YouTube, but you turn in to watch the morning talk show. You know, they have a variety of topics, maybe they're all focused around a theme or not. In my case, they are. So I'm sort of like that. I'm just every day, a little bit of dose of quilting, what's going on, the projects we're working on together, things I'm doing. Sometimes there's tips. Sometimes I tell you how I do a process and some other fun things. Few of the videos are very focused to one topic, but most of the time they're, like a, less than 15-minute chat on just quilting in general. And Monday nights, they're a bit longer because we have, it's the end of the day. We kind of hang out together if we're watching here on the premiere. So I usually have a little bit longer one on Monday. Okay, so let's get to it. I have the Hope. That's what we were doing all this month, March Hope. And here is mine. So let me bring you all the way up here. I'm going to go over there. I am super excited. Let me bring this. Yes. All the blocks are done, and then there's one back behind the cross stitch holder. There we go. So I love how it turned out with the black and the teal in the setting, the little sew and flip corners. That did exactly sort of the imagery that I hoped, gave it that pop, and all the black and white prints. I've not worked with black and white prints for a little while, so it was super fun to be able to do that. Now what I want to do is I have a little bit of this left. This is one of my older fabric lines, and it is what I use for the teal. And I want to, there you go. It's quite a bit older. I don't even remember which one it was from. I think it was from Bobbins and Bits, which was probably 9 years ago now. A long time ago. So this is all I have, except for like a little piece of archive fabric that I keep from all my fabric lines. So I keep like a charm pack or a layer cake, of the archives. So I think I can get like a 1-inch border out of this to go all the way around, just a little 1-inch pop of the teal, and then I will bind it in black. I may have to buy some black polka dot. Oh, what a shame, right? But I don't know that I have enough black polka dot for the binding. And I sort of like the little bit smaller one. This is a colored one with different colors in it, and then here's just the black and white. So yeah, so I'll scroll you in so you can get a little bit nicer look at it. There we go. You don't need to see me. Ta-da! And while you're there, you can see Norm over there with one of my tulips from my Celebrate the Seasons book. The tulip is a little shorter than the Norm and Nanette blocks, but I think that ultimately I can put a couple of tulips in, take a couple of Norm and Nanette blocks out and put like 3 different tulips across that quilt. I think that would be super darling. That is my plan. I've talked about that quite a few times. So we'll see if it happens. Norm and Nanette may get started later this year. I'm thinking maybe in the fall. That might be fun to do, get that out and start building the rest of them so I can have it for next year. I first want to say thank you before I go any further. I had 2 nice cards came. This one is from, Ellen. I can read all of it, but it's not the name quite. I think it's Ellen. And she sent me this super darling edge. Look at it. It's got little spideys on it. Look how cute those are. So I can put that in with my edges. But thank you so much for this super sweet card. Mwah. And I sent something over to Jeannie, and she sent a pretty card in return. Thank you. I love them. This butterfly is so darling. I'm going to go stick it up for decoration. I love it. All right. It's time for, I've got the cord all wrapped around. It's time for our April calendar. I have got my new folders from the office set. So you gotta have folders that are cute, and what it's got quilting on it, of course. So the April calendar is ready to download. Ta-da! So excited. I love doing these calendars. You know, this is the first, I mean, last year I started this in March, which is the first time I'd ever done a monthly calendar, and I love it. It's so fun. It's so useful. For those of you who like to keep notes on it for what you're working on, it shows you all the projects that we're doing. I might have written a little something down here that's, you know, like a bonus thing. So, you know, that might, something that'll come up. So while you're here, if you would do me a favor, so that you always know what's going on, if you would subscribe down below, click the subscribe button, click the like while you're there if you enjoy my videos. So I'm going to give you the count of 3. 1, to subscribe. 2, are you ready? Let's see how many we can do all at once. 3. Thank you, thank you. I love the calendar this time. I think it's very fun. We're going to have a good time. So the half square triangles, we have to give an update on the half square triangle. Remember I asked you, I had the big half square triangles, and should I just keep them or should I cut them into a 2.5 and a 1.5? So what did I do? 1, 2, 3, what do you think I did? I cut them. I cut them because I wanted some more of the 1 inch. I don't keep 3.5 inch, and I thought I've already got a lot of stuff in that bin for the red, miscellaneous red blocks. So I did put them in my bag, and here's what I have. These are all ready. They're trimmed and everything. So pressed open. I've got a red bag. I've got a blank baggie. I've got a blue one. I've got a teal. So that happens to be sort of the, well, the red has red and pinks. So there's red and pinks in here. Now these are all the ones I have to still press open and trim. So I am trying to address them now more or less as I'm creating them. So I let them accumulate a little bit rather than just putting them in here. So that's not too many to catch up on. I will keep doing these through this whole year, see what I get. And at a certain point I'll have enough, and I might start to build out the project that I'm thinking of to do with them. That we'll see. Later in the year, I'll think about doing that. I know a lot of you said to put the half square triangles on the back. You said I could make them into a label, make them into a cute block and put it on the back. And there were only 2 of them. And so they weren't very useful. You know, to make a cute block, I'd have to either make more. It was just all more work. It was less work for me to cut them into 2 or to do nothing and put them in with the other red ones. So that's what I opted for. But yes, they would be cute to make into a label. They would be cute to just piece into the back. But both of those were more work, and I didn't want more work. So that is how I made my decision on those this time. When I'm going to see if this happens to you. Does this happen to you? Because I was showing you something the other day. Here, I'll show you what I was showing. I was showing you this one, which was from the Cupid mystery box. What was that, Saturday? The Cupid mystery box. I was showing you this, and as I showed it to you, I realized that there was a seam that did not get caught all the way. So it actually was, you know, open. I'll show it to you. Look at that. So I had not lined up the back side when I put the border on at that edge. Somehow it had slipped. And so as I was showing you, but what happened is I folded this up, I did cut the backing, I put it all in the bag, and as you can see, it wasn't fixed. That was, you know, Saturday or something. Last night, I was like, oh, there was a quilt that I have a seam that's popped on it, and I need to fix that. What quilt was that? I could not for the life of me remember what quilt, that it was this quilt. I went over this quilt like with a fine-tooth comb. That one is perfect. And I went over another one that I was working on, and I'm like, where? So then I decided I just needed to stop thinking about it, and eventually it popped into my head that because I had this feeling it was when I was showing you on the video. So I was like, well, what was I showing you on the video? That was it. That was the one. And I did the binding for it. So the binding's all ready to go. I have stripe binding for this guy. And I also have 2 other bindings. One is for this guy, which I am going to, after the video, I am going to be quilting this one just in my wave stitch. Well, maybe not. This is the one with the applique. I think I'm going to try some free motion because it's tiny. It shouldn't bother my left hand. So I'm still having trouble with the left hand being able to create, it'll ache too quickly if I'm trying to grip things. That's the word, grip. So I also didn't have quite enough of this green. So there's going to be a little bit of the carrots in the binding, which I'm okay with. And the other is for the world piece. And that one is ready to be basted. I've got I showed you the piece backing. I got the batting in it. I just need to baste it, and then it will get the lavender. What is this, like periwinkle? Is that the right word? Periwinkle for that one. The other thing I'm trying to get done so that I don't get behind, and I hope to have them done for Wednesday, is for Block Wednesday for the home these are the extra flying geese units. So I have all of them, the center parts, and then all the sew and flips. So this is sitting right by the machine so I can work on it. Because, it gets away from you if you don't keep track and keep up with the projects. Ask me how I know. We all know that, right? We all know if it starts to get away from us, you have to sort of get back. And the calendars are useful for that. If you are wanting to really keep track on your calendar, you can use the part up here to say, I want to be sure on this day I work on this day I work on that. And you can fill it in so that you can just glance down and say, yeah, I got it done. Oh, by the way, you need to listen till the end because I have a giveaway. I have a giveaway. Don't tell me. Listen till the end. When I was out cruising the web, a few things. One is I spotted a kit that I had talked about, so I want to show that to you. I showed you this fabric called Little Forester. Do you remember that? With this super cute, here, I'll show it to you again because, we can always look at cute fabric, but the kit is in. And I told you there was this darling kit. And the cool thing is the kit actually has a free pattern, so that if you want to make that project with your own fabric, you can. But the fabric, has the darling deer. See these guys? Well, I love this. Like the tree bark, and these are the squirrels. So okay, it's upside down, but there's squirrels and the wood cuts. Look at these faces, the little feet, and the bees. I love this. So the kit, let me show you the picture. The kit, the kit is a mountain, and I don't know, I think I have to order it. I don't know, I'm into this right now because when you like the fabric and you like the design, sometimes it's just easier to just get it. Now I do have some of this fabric, so I could look and see, since I already have, these are fat quarters. I could see and just get a little bit of yardage and leave the kits for you to buy. But the kit is really nice. Comes in those great boxes too. Okay, I'm not folding that very well, so I'm just going to stick it over there. Because you never know. So I think that wilderness one would be darling for a baby quilt, or just to hang. It'd be great. Like my niece, who is a forest ranger, I think it would be wonderful for her because of the mountains, and she really likes the outdoor part of forest ranging, or that's her favorite. Although right now, if you were in Oklahoma and you go to the Oklahoma City. Well, it's not. It's the memorial to the Oklahoma City bombing. My niece, Kate Sloan, is there working. She just relocated to that location. The forest rangers help out the National Park System helps out with all of the museum work there. And so she is a docent, a curator, whatever you want to call them. So she will tell you about the exhibit and answer your questions. So if you go there, look, she has the same last name as me. So ask for her. Ask for Miss Sloan, and they'll probably point you in the right direction. You can meet her. Tell her I said hi. Tell her you're a quilter. You're one of my quilters. She'll probably be quite surprised if you did that. I think that would be a cute quilt for her. Now I did send her. Do you remember I had the National Park System map? I'll pop that picture up here, the map for the National Park System. I sent that to her and she loves it. She hung it in her apartment, so she collects the pins, and I'm hoping she can put the pins on it. So that will be, I think the wilderness one might be pretty cool for her. I love when things fit a person, you know. That's always the best. It's the most fun to make it for somebody then, because you really know, like, it kind of fits their personality. Speaking of giving quilts, I did the panel, the baby quilt panel with the sloth and the flamingo, this one, and sent it to baby Magnolia. And baby Magnolia loves it. Her mother told me, so they were super excited. They thought it was darling, super cute, and the baby is darling too. So, yeah, babies are always cute, aren't they? It's like puppies. They're just always cute. So I have decided I should be a Goodwill ambassador. I've assigned myself this. I've assigned myself to be the Goodwill ambassador for the Virginia Quilt Museum, because our museum here in Virginia is it's just amazing. It's in the town of Harrisonburg, and the coolest thing is that they have been doing all of these online lectures and classes, and they're not just about the museum. They're bringing in different people to do this, and it is an opportunity for anybody in the world to attend. You don't have to live in Virginia or be able to drive there to do this, which is fantastic. Of course, they have exhibits, and if you follow them on Facebook and Instagram and you get their newsletter, you can be a member. It doesn't cost very much. You can get the newsletter. You can support the museum. So I've decided to tell you about some of their programs that are coming up that are virtual, so that everybody here can be involved. And I'll probably tell you about them again and again, and then whatever new ones come up. So there are 3 going on right now, and I am going to pop the pictures up here with the dates on it, so I don't have to remember to say the dates. But they're all the ones coming up. And the first one coming up is by Paula Golden, and she is an author. She is a Virginia quilt maker. She has done talks and lectures probably all over the country. So many of you may have seen her at some of the big shows over the years. And she is going to be doing a talk based on Virginia quilts. So this one is Virginia quilt based, and it is taking things from the documentation programs that went on all across the United States. Different states documented the quilts for their states. This was happening and is still happening different points of time, and she will be using that as the base of her talk about the Virginia quilts. Paula is also the person that when I had my quilt exhibit of my quilts at the Virginia Quilt Museum, she is the one that worked with me to help me understand how to take my quilts and make a story for the museum exhibit. And she's the one who I bounced ideas off of. She's the first person, she's the one who approached me and said, we would love to have you do this for the museum. She has held many positions on the board for the Virginia Quilt Museum too. So that's one to look for. The second one is over the top fantastic. All of you should go, you should sign up for it. Make time. You will not regret 1 second you spend on this next one. It is by Ronda Pierce, who is a really good friend of mine. She works for Schmetz Needles, and she will be doing a presentation on needles, your machine needles, those needles you use for your machines. Ronda is fantastic, and you will learn so much about needles. So this is one where you give a donation to the museum. So whatever you feel like doing when you sign up, you put in a donation, and that is how you get admission to that particular one. So it's all done online. I said, like, again, these three that I'm telling you. And the next one is from Dr. Carolyn Mazloomi. She is doing a talk about African American quilt history, which she is a well-respected author on this topic and knows so much about it, has been doing research for years. Also another person who has been talking across the country, probably the world, about African American quilts. And so if you are interested in that topic or have never experienced hearing her speak, you really should join up on that one too. So there's three of them coming up for, you know, like they're spaced out, so you have time, you can pick them, but definitely you must do the Schmetz needles. You must. It is awesome. So now I've named myself the Goodwill Ambassador. I think it's pretty good, right? Yeah, so I will be telling you and reminding you about these things so that you don't miss out on these opportunities for learning right from your own home and from anywhere in the world. Gotta love that. Quilt tops for charity. Another Goodwill Ambassador thing. My quilt tops for charity page is up and running. People have been sending me names. If you have something, the easiest thing is to leave it in the comments below in that post, in that article, because I'm going down into that. I need to have a link to the website where groups, organizations will take quilt tops, just the tops, not any batting or, you know, like not a finished quilt. They'll take tops, and they have people who are volunteering to finish them for their charity organization. So we have a good number of things there. I know I have to add a few more that were added. You can go add any that you know of. And also all those organizations generally will take finished quilts, of course, you know, but some of them will also take donations of fabric, thread. So look at their requirements. That's why, like, most of them have a donation or a page that tells you about this program, so you can get the information. And if it's not clear or you have a question, email them. There's emails from their contact page, their contacts at their website. So I don't put that email in my page because it could change, and so I just link you to their information. But there are plenty of organizations out there that will take quilt tops. So for those of you who love to make tops, and this is what feeds your soul, is just to be able to make them, and you want them to go to a good home, then there you go. That's where they can go. There's a lot of places. I grouped it by region so that you don't have to ship it as far. And then there are also at the top, there are national organizations where you can find the chapter closest to you. So once again, you may even be able to deliver it in person at a drop-off site, or at least it won't be shipping it as far if you send to the local. So on the national ones, you need to contact your local group about whether somebody can quilt a top. Not all of them have volunteers for that. Okay, that's the important part. Always know what's going on before you send your quilt. Always check. Oh, yes, in case you're asking, yes, I cut my hair again. I cut my own hair right now. That's what I'm doing. So I gave it a little trim. I've decided to let the bangs grow down so I can push them to the side again. I hadn't worn bangs down for a little while, and now I thought, I'm going to change it back. Let them grow out to the side. So if you thought it looked different, it does. Okay, let's look at this. This, my friend, is a little bundle of happiness I'm going to send to somebody. All right, good things in packages. They're squishies. That's what a lot of people call packages we get fun things in. You have to go to my website. That's where all of this magical things happen. So I have a charm pack from the fabric I used to do the bows and the hearts. And then I also have the extra typewriter panel. So there you go, that'll be in here. So cute, and that was exclusive to the box. The typewriter panel, this was special for the box. So if you didn't get that Cupid's, you know, special mystery box, so there's, I'll fold it back up neat before I put it back in. I have a charm pack of the Easter egg hunt fabric, another charm pack of spring fabric called Strawberry Jam. Look how cute. This is an older fabric line, but you might still find some of it out there. But the charm pack, you can make a little table runner. There's tons of charm pack quilts that you add a lot of solids to it. I have, this is a super cute little pattern. Wouldn't that make a cute boys quilt with the little rockets? And a few black and white farm prints that I think will look, they're looking for a home. So there, isn't that cute, the gingham with the little animals? And then I think these are little hoof prints. And then a solid. And then here's the wilderness fabric. So it's not farm fabric because it's got bears and moose on it. And then a little floral. So that they're all in black. And also in this package are some buttons, some cute buttons. This one has, what does it have in there? One of the, well, it's got this darling, there's a little bird. Whoop. See the bird? See the bird? And oh yeah, this one's got like a watering can, like a little picture on there, like a little watering can. So we've got cute little buttons, some Aurifil thread, a Olfa knife. So we've got the Olfa knife, and that's it. Oh, I'm putting some Aurifil cards. So these are some information cards. This is tells you about the threads and the colors for picking. So that'll be in here. All right. So what do I tell you? What do I tell you? You need to go to my website and leave a comment there to tell me about the favorite kind of quilt you like to make for a baby. We'll celebrate the wilderness kit, which looks like, you know, could be a great baby quilt. Am I sending the quilt panel off to Magnolia Ray? So tell me, what is your favorite baby quilt to make over at my website? So click is down below, down in the description box. All right, my friend, I'm so happy you were here. Thank you so much. I love you. Mwah. See you online.